Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful GGR TV production. I'm here with my wonderful colleagues Ryan Barone and Tyson Gifford here in the booth. Tonight we have on tap for you the Smoky Mountain XASCAR Truck Series at Legacy, Kentucky. It's sure to be a event. Last week we were at Wilkesboro, and that was something. But hopefully this race should be a little bit more.
It should be interesting to see how the racing plays out because it seems like the middle line is the preferred line throughout practice. So it's going to be interesting to see how overtaking is done.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, inherently there should be more racing than last week because last week most of it was under caution.
Yeah.
I feel like today we'll certainly be able to see, honestly, depending on the skill level of the drivers, especially the ones up front, like the Blake Walkers, Harrison Mitchells, Alex Hyders, Christian Viscani's. You'll see them be able to really utilize turns one and two. I have seen them use, I would say, the de facto high lane, which is probably running right around the top level of the dashed lines. You're really able to rip that there. You could even diamond the corner in 3 and 4 a little bit. You can really adjust your entry into the corner a lot, and that's what I think makes this track really interesting and unique. The fact that we're going to Legacy, Kentucky, I feel like is definitely going to be a challenge for some drivers. This weathered surface and the new tire model certainly is going to make it interesting. And props to Brad for utilizing Legacy, Kentucky, and not the new Kentucky. I do like the new Kentucky on the surface, but I think this is going to provide not just a challenge for these drivers, but also provide us a really racy race, especially up front. If we get a good green flag run going, we can definitely see some strategy play into this. Managing tires is going to be key. I don't know how many sets laying we have today, but if it's like two, we have 3 sets. That's going to be really interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of tire strategy play, and if we see an early caution, some people might gamble and take tires. We'll see people accidentally take tires. So that's going to be definitely something to make note of. And you know, I'm excited for this race. I think it's going to be fun, and yeah,
Yeah,
one and two is going to be really interesting to take note of. I think 2 and 4 are going to be the problem areas.
I agree. I think just the ability, like any track that you go to where you have the ability to run multiple lanes, it's gonna be good. Just because, like, there's a lot of tracks and combos on this service now where it's either you run the wall or you run the bottom. There's no in between, or you run the bottom at the start of the run, the wall at the end of the run. It's just, there's a lot of stuff like that, and it's not like iRacing's fault, but that's just how it is. But this is one of those tracks where I think throughout the entire run you can run multiple grooves and still be fast.
Yeah, I think with the middle line showing a lot of favor in practice, it's going to be interesting to see where people choose to defend down in turn one because you're going to want to be down all the way on the apron basically throughout the tri-oval area, but it's going to be interesting to see whether drivers prefer to defend the inside or the outside heading into turn one side by side.
And so far, we're finishing up practice right now, but we've got the usual suspects up front. Blake Walker, I think he's been up front every practice. Harrison Mitchell, AJ Hyder. Harrison Mitchell can put down a fast lap, but we'll see if he can hold it together in the race. There shouldn't be any D&Qs today. I think we only have 35 trucks. But it should be fun. Qualifying's coming up here in 8 seconds, so we're gonna watch old Blake Walker as he qualifies.
I will say another thing of note, with the middle lane being I would say the fastest lane during practice is definitely going to make it interesting for the tire wear, because like you said, there's not a lot of tracks that we see on the iRacing service that provide this much flexibility as well as variability in the lanes. And I just think it's going to be something new, something interesting.
I think, I think we have group qualifying occurring right
Oh
now
no.
here at Kentucky, so we're not going to go on board with Blake Walker. We're going to keep everyone in our thoughts and prayers. So they got 5 minutes left on our lap here.
The tire wear, I don't know if it was the way he was driving. or if it's just that extreme, but after a 3-lap run, Visco's right front was down 6%.
That's interesting. Something to keep note of. I think tire wear is going to play a big factor here. Like with as Tyson was saying, with this tire model, the new tire model on the old surface has been doing some wonders on iRacing recently. So should be something to keep an eye on.
And the note that I was going to make, I think it's going to be especially interesting with. I honestly think whoever can really roll the center and wrap the. Oh, goodbye, Christian.
Nuts.
whoever can wrap the bottom and really just roll the car through the center, is going to be one of the people that I think is able to conserve tires and win a race, especially on a late race restart.
As you can
That is
see, we're
something.
not having a
That's
good
something that
time
we'll see.
on the backstretch.
Yeah.
I feel like this track lends to a lot of long green flag runs, so
I
I
think
think the winner is going to be whoever saves their tires the
And
best.
I think this happened last time we came here. I genuinely remember. I feel like this exact same thing happened where we had group qualifying. It was an accident, but it's kind of weird.
We're throwing back.
I will say, um, what will make this, we don't see a lot of mile and a halves with the trucks that require a different skill set. Like you see a lot of truck races where it's nearly flat out, or once the tire run goes out.
Hate to interrupt, but everyone disconnected.
We're making a new session.
Oh wow.
Temporary technical difficulties here. Apparently, the race session was only 25 minutes long.
Huh.
So
Everything was messed up.
that will do it. Who's someone still on track? So just stay with us here. We're just gonna mute here for a few minutes, but stay with us. This is XASCAR on GGR TV, and we will return.
Well, I was shopping for a new car. Which one's me? A cool convertible or an SUV? Too bad I didn't know my credit was whack, cause now I'm driving off the lot in a used subcompact. F-R-E-E, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby. Saw their ads on my TV. Thought about going but was too lazy. Now instead of looking fly and rolling fat, my legs are sticking to the vinyl and my posse's getting laughed at. F-R-E-E, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby. Offer applies with enrollment and triple advantage.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do woodchucks chuck wood?
Hey, you dang woodchucks! Quit chucking my wood!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Every company sponsors a race car. A great way to get your name out to the public. Problem is, these other guys drive so fast, you can't see the logo. Now, my way is perfect for getting some attention. Of course, there's always somebody trying to outdo you. Show off!
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Napa know how. Napa know how. Fly the blimp. Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Napa know how. Napa know how.
All right, we are back here at Kentucky. After that incident, so I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if they're gonna run this practice out or what's gonna happen, but
No, they've already gone to qualifying.
they have. Okay, well, so I can't watch anyone's qualifying lap because I joined as a driver. So thinking about qualifying. What's your votes, my fellow commentators? Should I leave the
Right.
tickers up and qualify?
Watching the number 80 of Christian
You
Visconti
think I
out.
can I
in some
pull it
hot
up on
laps.
myself? Hold on. I can. Let me.
Blake Walker's top of the board currently. Yeah.
a first in history. If you get out-qualified by me, you automatically should have to go home.
Let's go to second.
I've not put a single lap down, so I don't know what's the tricks of the trade and whatnot. Oh. Not that.
Green flag, green flag. Alright, man, here comes your first time lap.
Let's go to the top of the board.
Oh. You got left a lot more than I thought there.
One more lap.
Oh, yikes. If anyone qualifies behind me, it's not a good look.
I mean, this is just good practice for you to be able to say things in the booth, man.
Yeah, it's way tighter in turn 3 than you think.
It's
So,
bumpy. I hope they sim eventually.
Gotta
Don't
avoid
run
that
all
grass.
15 minutes back.
where did I qualify?
Austin Doran jumps to second.
28!
That's dead
No
last.
way I qualified ahead of people.
No, you're dead last.
I'm dead last? Okay, the
Yeah.
timing screen was wrong.
By
Over
4/10.
Awesome. That's
Well, there's
great.
people behind you, but they haven't set a time yet. Like Josh Patterson, Paul Granado, and Dimitri Mundros all haven't set times.
Yeah, Josh never sets a time. We should know this by now.
Yeah. Alright.
Josh's been doing the
wait.
last to first challenge for years.
Tristan
Me?
Visconti
Hold
looks
on,
like
I'll
he's
be right
going to be minimize the iRacing UI stuff.
What's the command?
Control page down.
Control page down. Okay, so there's 2 minutes left in qualifying, because I believe we're shortening it. So I think our intro is a minute long, right? Question mark. So I'm gonna play that at 9 minutes left in qualifying. Any words you'd like to say, Blake? Did you get any practice in?
Nah, I got like one corner.
Okay.
So,
Well, anything you want to say to the viewers? What you think how this race is gonna go?
I feel like it's gonna be a green race. I don't feel like we're gonna get a lot of
That's what we were
cautions.
saying too. I feel like it's gonna go green.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Tire fall off is gonna be key. I know that. So, yeah, it's gonna be the people who know how to drive are gonna be up front most of the day. It's not gonna be the fastest lap.
Well, those are very good points. Right now, Christian Visconti is on the pole.
Let's say it looks like Josh Patterson, Paul Granado have yet to set times.
Austin Doran,
Granada's now
almost
set a
thousands
time.
behind him. That's Aiden Walker, Ryan Kame, AJ Hyder, Harrison Mitchell, Matthew Dutcher, Carsola, Brett Swinsky, Gavin Austin, Jason Marshall. What happened to Blake Walker? Dang, 19th. It's a very tight
That's
field,
fair.
though. It's, I mean, the top 15 is within 10th. All right.
That's
Well,
crazy.
we're gonna play our intro here, so we'll be right back.
Pit road is open. Eric. Well, Nate, they're trying to make the most of a frustrating day. Oh, come on. Are you serious? How did you find last night?
I'm gonna try to get you going just a little bit.
Do your job, I'll do mine, okay?
Shake it off here, pull your belt tight. Go, 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 go.
Tony? How you feeling, bud?
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees. A snow white turtle dove. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a coat. I'd like to teach the world to sing.
All right, and we are back here with. So is he still here? Is our pole sitter still here? Let's bring him. Can we bring him back in here? No, I can't drag him. Okay.
Well, whatever you want to say, roll.
Well, see if we can get contact with our wonderful friend Christian Visconti, who is on the pole. But we'll pull up the grid here and see what's going on. Christian Visconti, Austin Dorn on the front row with the second row of Benjamin Walker and Ryan Kame. It wasn't Aiden Walker. It's Benjamin Walker. I don't know. Or is that Aiden Walker? Is it Benjamin Aiden? I don't know.
It is in Walker, yeah.
Okay, cool. Hyder and Harrison Mitchell on row 3, and Matthew Dutcher and Connor Joel on row 4. Barone, you want to get these next ones for me?
Yeah, I can get row 5 is Brad Swinsky and Gavin Austin. Playing off row 6 is Jason Marshall and Traber Burns. Row 7, you got Chris Downing and Oscar Enriquez with Brandon Thomas and Chris Beaumont on row 8. Chris Lilly and Hunter Collier make up row number 9. Blake Walker and Connor Trifari on row 10.
On row 11, we have Max Steinmeier and Matthew Logan. Row 12, we have Matthew Miles. It's interesting. And James USA. Row 13, we have Latex and Quentin Haley. 14 is Chase Gibbons and Eric Howell. And then Michael Tillis, Jonathan Maynard. And then I'm Not Real. So then it's Josh Patterson, Steven Maggio, Paul Granada, and Dimitri Munoz wrapping around the 9er field. Alright, well.
The return of James USA is very interesting. He hasn't raced in a hot minute.
About to go green here. We're lined up in as everyone's coming towards turn 4 right now.
I think this race start's really going to set the tone for this race. How they enter turn 1. We've seen it before. We've seen it again.
Absolutely. Here we are.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is out. Christian Visconti leads them past the start finish line. They're gaggling up past the bag.
Bad in the middle.
2 by 2 in the front. They're all spread out behind him. Christian Visconti gives Doran the door. Going
pretty wide there
trying
for
to get
fifth.
that arc into the corner.
Visconti's able to wrap the bottom as Doran takes the middle there. It's going to be, I'd say, the story of how this race is going to shake out. Wrapping the bottom versus running the middle, running the top. Already people going way up to the wall through 3 and 4. Someone spinning. We stay green. I think they were just...
I think it was Lath or the 51.
The 58 of Harrison Mitchell off to a really hot start. He went 3 wide up the middle and made it work.
Formidable talent. Lath Hicks versus Bowler there for P last. We should look on some other battles up front. 3 wide in front of him.
Christian Visconti right on the back of Walker for second. He'll back off onto the corner, though.
My ticker was going insane, so I was trying to scroll through drivers.
Mitchell's got a big run on Visco. He was going to take it to the outside, heading down to turn 1. Looks like Visco's struggling here just off the race start. I don't know if he's trying to save his tires or if he's just struggling to get this truck up to pace.
That outside lane may just be that dominant. He may just be stuck down there a little bit right now.
We did get note from him in during the practice session that he said, quote, I don't know, it's really hard to get a gauge on being able to wrap the middle. He could very easily just be saving tires too. You don't want to be pushing way too hard here. Already lap number 4 of 67 here, so it doesn't look like it's going to be that type of race, at least so far. The field's kind of spreading out. We're having some pretty even battles so far. Mostly, I mean, once these trucks aren't on a short track or a plate track, I think they really know how to handle themselves. Oscar Enriquez battling with Quentin Haley there for the 17th position. Some
One
good
truck
2x2
stuck in the
battles for the
wall,
field.
like the 92 of Howell. They're 4 wide there, battling for 25th right now.
Yeah, and you were just talking about, how the outside lane is kind of maybe the more preferred.
Oh, contact's back there.
That's Josh Patterson.
Oh, we got one off their spinner.
Oh, there you go.
He saves it.
He saved it.
Wow.
That's insane.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
impressive, but he's going to lose a lot of ground.
crazy.
Austin Dorn's starting to stretch his legs out front. See how much he can manage his pace and save the tires.
Gosh. Visco's got his way back up to third. I think he's gaining on that 96, so he might just not have the best short run car, which would make sense. He's usually more of a long run guy.
Yeah, he made an aggressive move on that 4th place car, cutting, on
He
the
did.
apron.
I thought that was going to
So-
end up bad, but it worked out somehow. Bucky's car, Harrison Mitchell. This is where the gaggle is, right back here.
2x2 and sometimes even
top
3 and
15.
4 wide back here.
Yeah. That's let's see. Chris Downey, Chris Lilly, Oscar Enriquez, and Hunter Collier all racing for this 16th position.
Closest battle up to the front was one back in the year. It was Quentin Haley battling with Traver Burns for the 14th position. Looks like Quentin Haley's gonna stick his nose out in front and win that one for now.
As you see, he's got clear Traver Burns. Traver is closing back up to him real quick. I think he might just be pushing him though. I don't know. I think he might know that he's faster, and he just let him by, or looks like he's just staying in line. Oh, he's on the apron right there. That's never good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and just like we thought, it looks like we're gonna have plenty of green flag racing tonight. We're about 5 laps from the point in the run where you kind of start to see who's been saving their tires well and who's been pushing their stuff too hard.
We've already lost like 5 drivers somehow. I don't know what happened there, but we've lost Tillis, Howell, Logan, USA. I don't know if Lath is out. I think Lath is out, and let's see, Chase Gibbons is. Oh, he's back there. No, Lath's right there. He's been showing up on my monitor.
The pace is down about 0.6 of a second from what they were running the first couple laps. Your leader, Austin Dorn, ran a 32.0 that time by 31.2s were kind of the general for the first few laps.
I lied. The ticker was being dumb again. The only driver we've lost is James USA. And I don't think he started the race.
Now, I think, as you mentioned, this is the point in the race where you'll start to see the people that have really saved their tires. I think lap 11, I wouldn't say it's early enough to maybe do a different type of strategy, but it's certainly early enough for somebody like Viscani, Mitchell, maybe even Brad Sawinski, somebody who's typically not up front in these types of races. Someone trying to short pit, maybe Oscar Enriquez, Chris Downey, Paul Granada. Now is the time to start thinking about a different strategy, start thinking about what Austin Doran's going to do. Doran's going to try to be out front, lead the most laps, and he's going to just be doing the meta strategy, the one that he knows is going to take him. He's going to extend his fuel run, maybe do a 2-stopper. You've got 3 sets laying, so you don't really need to do 3 stops. But for somebody that's deeper in the field, someone that typically doesn't see themselves up front, Sawinski's making passes going to 8th now, or somebody that knows they're fast. I think now's the time to start thinking about alternate strategies, trying to go different, trying to be different.
Yeah, because if you're stuck, if you're in one of these big gaggles of cars and you're stuck, it's just it might work out best if you can just pit early, get some clean air, run some laps.
I think we're about 10 laps away before we start seeing anyone come to pit road. The
What's
fuel
the
run
fuel run,
in
33?
practice was about 30 laps, so it's a little early right now to call it, but I think around lap 24, 25, you'll start to see some guys come down pit road.
But you also, if the fuel run's about, was it 30 or 33?
About 30.
Okay, I was gonna say you're probably not gonna be able to save enough to one stop it.
No, it's going to be 2 stops. You're going to, unless you can get a caution in.
I'd say your best option would be if you're trying to do this. The cloud cover is coming over now. That's going to help with the airwear.
Big cloud cover. Let's check out the weather. The temperature is 74, but the track temp's 86. It is mostly cloudy.
You could definitely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's going to cool down a little bit more as we go, but only a couple. By the time we hit the end of this, the track's temp's going to be about 70. Or the air temp's going to be down to about 73, so only a temperature difference. So I'm not sure how much we'll see the track evolve throughout the race.
But you never know, especially with the way this new tire model works. That one kind of difference in that temperature, one of these lanes could just get too hot, and that could completely change how you drive this racetrack.
That's Sawinski attacking for the 7th position now, and he's going to take it from Austin.
Gavin Austin looks like he might be falling back.
I will say Sawinski might try to stay on the same strategy as Doran, but it might be it's not going to be beneficial to only one stop it. I don't think that's even physically possible.
I don't think it is either, unless you're Dimitri Mudros.
Don't look now, but Aiden Walker's closed the gap to your leader to about 0.4 of a second. He's gaining on him.
I would definitely say, depending on how long the fuel strategy is, you could definitely run long first and then pit later last just to try to go for that late race yellow, have the fresh tires, cycle your way up to the front. Or inverse, you could very easily try and short pit both times just so then you're out on the track for longer. It's going to be very
almost there.
Yeah, the 25 is really struggling on his tires right now. The whole top 5's closing in on him. His lap times the last 4 laps haven't been very competitive.
Yeah, I feel like Austin here he's probably gonna split the race right into thirds. You know, he's starting to lose his speed right now, and you know, he's got a good car for about 20 laps, but after that, I feel like the rest of the field's got him.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy who I expect to try and short pit.
Just that lap.
When you're in Austin's position, you're really struggling as the leader. You want to short pit so badly.
But it's just, with the way this series has gone so far this season, most of these races have just been caution fests. You don't want to be the guy who short pits and gets caught out. That's like fear number 1. Oh,
that's not
I don't
good.
think it'll hurt him too much because these trucks are pretty resilient. But as long as if you can slap it with the right rear, but if you hit it with that front end, that'll pretty much be the end of your day.
I think, but don't look now, but that tank slapping of the right rear, Visco, he's coming up quick, and so is 4th and 5th place. Hyder's a strong guy. Harrison Mitchell's very strong. Honestly, this is, if you're 3rd, 4th, 5th, and you're just sitting there conserving those tires, this is what you want. You want Aiden Walker to really get there, as Hyder just hit the wall too.
Yeah, I've had my eyes on Harrison Mitchell since the green flag drop, but I think he's got a really fast truck, and he's just biding his time right now.
Oh, never mind.
A couple cars jumped down pit road that time.
Wow. Like I mentioned earlier, Paul Granata coming down. Looks like he's going to take some tires. I think that might benefit Paul Granata. Lap 21's pretty early, but I think that's just the start of the short pit cycle, because I think 26, 27 is when we're going to see more people come down pit road.
Aiden Walker's got to be so frustrated right now. He's burning up his stuff right in the wake of the number 25, and he knows it.
He's trying a different lane. He's going a little bit more outside, and I think he's arcing the corner a little bit.
I think it's going to work for him. I think he's going to get a really nice runoff here.
I think he is. Pull up that battle gap back up. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He's on his
He'll
bumper.
try it again, go half a lane up here.
Yeah,
he wants
high
the lead.
side is prevalent right here, so. He'll probably get him going in the
Harrison
line.
Mitchell to pit road.
Ooh,
Fourth place runner, Harrison Mitchell on pit road.
That's going to be a real test, because if Harrison Mitchell can gap these guys on pit road, that'll tell you what the strategy is going to be. They're side by side, tight for the lead here.
Ooh, tight for first. We got a new leader here. Doran's gonna slip right in. He knows that he's gonna let the 96 just cook his tires.
If I'm
Smart
Austin Doran,
move
I'm
by
pitting
him.
right now.
Next time, yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah, stay out this time.
He's pushing so hard off the corners.
Harrison Mitchell's, I feel like he's been on pit road for a really long time. Way longer than
You
Paul
get a
was.
penalty?
I don't know, but we got.
I just know that this race is going to be won on pit road entry and exit.
You can see the speed difference between new and old tires. The number 60 coming down through the field. He's a lap down. He just came down, but
absolutely
the speed difference is remarkable.
Laying it down on these leaders right now.
Here come the leaders, I think.
Yeah, they got it coming.
Oh. The
25
leader,
make it.
oh,
Yep.
Everyone's
they're all
pitting.
going.
Really
Oof.
aggressive on entry from AJ Hyder right there.
Yeah,
I think he gained the most out of everyone.
And AJ Hyder's a guy you always got to keep an eye on those long runs. He's notoriously good on long runs at saving tires. That's what's won him most of his races when we were in next gens.
Harrison Mitchell's coming off turn 4 right now. Sorry, turn 1 right now.
And number 1 pit box should be a good help for Christian Visconti too.
You don't understand how much of a help that is for that 80 car. All he's got to do is he doesn't have to worry about hitting pit road speed, nothing. All he's got to do is just not spin the tires. Look at that.
58's at the stripe right now.
Yeah, he beat
58's going to be your new leader.
Wow. He's going to pass them. That's huge. Short pitting is definitely the key.
There he goes. That's crazy.
He's in that gaggle of cars,
Wow.
and he's still going to take the lead.
It's 4 wide at the top right now.
They are, and somehow 4 wide. And this is where you gotta watch out for a caution. When you got all these fast cars racing all these slow cars, that's usually where it happens. A lot of these guys just aren't used to it. Again, to no fault of the series, but we have a lot of cautions, but this doesn't happen often. So some of the guys just don't have experience dealing with cars that are just insanely faster.
Some people do like to get squirrely. They got that fast car. They're in the top 5. They're like, oh, man, I can definitely make a run. Whoa.
So right
Omar
now,
just made a pass for the race lead.
Yeah, the top 10 have stayed out. I think Beaumont's...
Top 8.
Yeah. So Beaumont just got by Harrison Mitchell.
Oh,
That is
someone just in the wall.
That's Jason Marshall. For the de facto lead.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Oh, they're wrecking.
The 25.
25.
Ooh, that's
Big
rough.
implications. We have 2 split strategies, and we've got lots of people trapped a lap down. This is going to be really interesting.
Paul Granada and P11's your last car on the lead lap.
Incredible.
And Paul's got fresh tires.
Yeah, that only leaves, like, I think that only makes 3 cars out of the ones that pitted. Because I see...
This might cycle Connor Trafardi to the lead. I think he was on the pit road at the right time.
He was. I'm not sure. Well, let's go see what happened to Austin Doran there. Hopefully it loads in for me, but we're gonna find out right here. All right. So looks like, oh, I see. He was trying to get by the slow car of Blake Walker.
You know, I don't think he hit anything.
He didn't hit anything, but it looks like he just came up on the bumper of Josh Patterson, and that's what.
Yeah.
That's
It's tough to see for a truck that's been so dominant so far in this race.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can go on board with Patterson and get a good view of that. We'll go on the roll bar.
Oh man, that's just a racing deal right there. And Doran and Patterson, they haven't been the best of friends. They've known each other since the Xbox days, and I feel like they've been beefing ever since then.
I'll say that's a really good save. That's really easy to overcorrect right there. spin it right into the outside wall.
Josh using his real life racing experience there to definitely save that truck. But there's going to be some words thrown, some words said are definitely being thrown over the voice comms right now. Two equally level-headed people, I would say, Doran and Patterson. I feel like they both have enough respect for each other. If they weren't the other person, typically you don't see heated arguments coming out of that. But they, from what I remember, they aren't exactly the greatest of friends. So.
But I mean,
Going to be
Doran,
interesting.
and you see all these cars right now are getting the wave around because the leader of the race is James Bomar. So there's like no one behind him. All these cars that are lapped down are getting this wave around.
Your new top 10 is James Bomar, Harrison Mitchell, Paul Granada, Ryan Kane, Blake Walker, Chris Downey, Dimitri Mundros, Stephen Maggio, Traber Burns, and Connor Trafari. But the top 3 have the oldest tires out of the whole bunch. Basically, that whole gaggle pitted on lap 29, except your top 3, which pitted on 21, 23, and 20.
And I think we're going to add an extra lap under caution here to let all these guys catch back up, and then we're going to do the choose, because remember, we do a choose count in this series.
This restart could get really wild with the 21 and everyone back behind him having much fresher tires than the top 3.
It definitely could. It's a lot of fast cars starting mid-pack is just a recipe for disaster. But this is a really big break for James Bomar, especially. But Harrison Mitchell being able to get past those guys. I think he has a quick truck, but I think they made the right strategy call there.
They just got screwed by a caution, but yeah, I still agree. I think that's the right strategy call there, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the group of Visconti and all of them, Hyder, they're going to be really trying to I mean, you have 2 options. You either cook your tires trying to go through the front, or you save your tires and just let everybody else try to pass you. But if you're in that little gaggle and you know how restarts are here, Visconti and Hyder both chose the bottom. That's the smart move to do. You've got to just wrap the bottom, just ride it around the bottom, and hope that you don't get taken out, and just make positions that way. Save those.
I think if you pick the outside, you're just asking to get caught up in a wreck, because I don't know.
I think Ryan Kame's in a really good position here. He's the second truck on the outside. He's got the freshest tires of that front 4 right there. I think he can stick it right on the outside and make the move for the lead.
Too, he's in a good spot. He was struggling earlier in the race. He was down all the way down to 20th, I think, at some point after being fast in practice. So we'll see what he can do with this track position.
You know, if they go green here, the outside actually wouldn't be such a bad option. And especially in 3 and 4, there's so much room for you to make passes, you know. I think you get stuck on the inside, so.
They skirt down pit road, and we are
almost there.
Back under green. Waited all the way in the restart zone to go. It's a good jump for James Bomar.
Late picks making a move to the outside. Now, Blake, I do agree. I feel like if you're able to just hold the outside and wait until 3 and 4, you can really make some spots here. But just through 1 and 2, it's like it's so weird. You want to be on the bottom for 1 and 2, but then 3 and 4, you need to be on the top just so that you can wrap it.
This double zero was all over the 21 there. The 21 didn't have the restart he would have liked to have, but he's rolling now.
Oof. It's a lot of slicing. Real close. Harrison Mitchell
for the lead is on into turn 1. Bomar holds it around the outside really nicely, though.
Oh, that's Quentin Haley getting loose back there in the pack. I can see that green truck Christian Visconti already making his way through it up there. He's up to 14th. We'll see where he cycles out after this lap.
Yeah, it's not as good of a start that the guys who got trapped back there, Christian Visconti, AJ Hyder, would have liked to have. They've only moved up 1 spot, respectively.
That's the 100 car. He was in the wall. Oh, the 28 Brad Swinsky.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Oh, Brandon Thomas.
Oh,
everyone misses him somehow.
Almost hit him.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Great wreck avoidance by those guys back in the back. I would say 4 races ago, I would have said, man, you're just going to plow into them.
That's not Brandon
It
Thomas.
wasn't Brandon Thomas. Who was that?
It's Matthew Logan.
Oh,
No?
was it?
Matthew
No,
Logan.
was it?
Is Matthew Logan 051?
Oh, he's a different paint scheme than it was in the other session. That's why I didn't notice. All right, well, let's see what happened to old Matthew Logan. Let's see.
Might have got a little help.
All right, let's see it. I know, got loose on the apron and under Visco and just lost it.
Yeah, and clip the
He
apron.
did a good job of keeping it down there, though.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting out of the way, everybody.
Sucks that he hit the wall there, though.
We've had two
Yeah.
wrecks, but we've had two good saves today, so.
Looks like your leaders are coming in. Top 3 have decided to come down pit road this time. I think they might be able to make it to the end from here. And they can.
That might be
Your
the
top
winning
3 are
move.
down. Yeah, your top 3 are down pit road. Looks like a good handful.
You know, if this race stays green, oddly enough, those cars are going to be in the catbird seat, so.
Gosh. Not having a good time using this program right now.
Yeah, it looks like most of the field decided to come down. Paul Granada is now your leader. First off pit road looks like the number 58 of Harrison Mitchell.
Paul leading is certainly going to be interesting. We know how aggressive Paul can be, but in most cases, he's honestly really smart and calculated when he is the leader. So I feel like him leading, he's definitely got something in his pocket, especially him and Josh are definitely corporate teammates here. They're going to be talking to each other. Josh's enterprise with knowing when to pit, when to race, and Paul Granada with his ability to have good racecraft and honestly be pretty talented up front when he's behind the wheel. I think again I think we've got at least 3 different strategies going on right now, if not 4.
We got 3 or 4 mixed strategies right now. It's gonna be really interesting. Where's your eyes gonna be on this restart, Ethan?
I think right where all those cars that just pit are going to be, because lining up in front of Harrison Mitchell, you have Jonathan Maynard, Chase Gibbons, Lath Hicks, Connor Zola, Bradley Twinsky. And those guys have been towards the rear most of the race. So it just, you never know what could happen. Some of those guys might not be too comfortable racing around other cars like that. But it also gives them the opportunity, on the flip side of things, to show that they have speed. And for someone like Chase Gibbons, Jonathan Maynard, Lath Hicks, they could, you know, learn from these guys and help them speed up throughout the race, and that would just give us more competitive trucks toward the end. So you never know what could happen here, but I'll be watching that mid-pack.
Yeah, I've really liked what I've seen from Brad all night. He's been making smart, calculated moves. I feel like luck is certainly something that you have to take into account as well. I think he's been getting lucky, having good strategy calls. It's taken a little bit for Brad to really settle into his own in some races. Some races he's been good, but he's started in the back, and then some races he's been hot lap hero and fallen back. In some races he's just doesn't have speed all weekend. I think I really like what I've seen from this 28 truck today. We're right at halfway. He's around some pretty good guys, and currently 8th. And you know, if you said that to start today, I'd say it'd be a shock. But I mean, he's been 8th pretty much all day and moving forwards
I think
too.
we should be
so
doing the choose right here, so we'll see how this goes.
So with 30 to go, who are you guys' race picks for the rest of the way?
Man, I couldn't even tell you right now, but if I had to pick anyone, I'm still gonna pick. I think if he can keep it out of the wall, well, hold on. My ticker's not loaded. Is Benjamin Walker still in the race?
Benjamin Walker is in 30th on the lead lap.
Okay. Well, it's not loaded.
I got my eyes on the number 58 of Harrison Mitchell. I think he's been really fast from the green flag, and right now he's the first car that can make it to the end on fuel. I think he's in the best seat in the house with a really fast truck.
Yeah, there's Benjamin Walker. I think he's in the back because he had to repair some damage. Sorry, Tyson. But if he can get back up there and still be competitive, he'd be my pick. I think he seemed like he was the fastest, but we'll see what happens with him. Well, who's your pick, Tyson?
Not to copy Ryan there. I really like the 58, but I maybe go for the same strategy, same guy on the same strategy. I like the 44. I feel like he's sitting in the back there, but I think he can make some moves up through the field.
I mean, green flag is out.
Big
Ball
jump
Granada
there
takes
from
off.
Granada. Somebody jumped the start back there in an orange and gray truck. We'll see if race control decides to do anything about it.
Big gaggle back there for all those guys that just pit.
58
They're 4
is
wide.
4 wide.
Ooh, this might get hairy
Bouncing off
going
each
into
other.
3 and 4. Got some
wide
smoke
there.
back there. I
James
think
Bowmar
someone
on the bottom.
really checked up. I think
They're still 4 wide.
Yeah,
they're still touching. Oh,
Oh,
we have a
the
spinner up
21
front.
round.
spinners.
Caution's out.
21
Again,
and
a one truck incident though.
I think that was that time we had some contact that led to that. I think there was a.
That's Ryan came.
I think the Chrome Horn saw some action there.
If I had to guess, I'm gonna say he got loose in front of somebody, but we're gonna find out right here. All right. Yeah, it looks like Bomar got into him.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that angle if the
We'll
21
see.
came down or if the
We're gonna
20
see if
came
we
up.
can get an onboard James Bomar. See if we see what happened. A little bit clearer there.
I think a Lath Hicks on board would do wonders.
Lath Hicks on board? Where's he at? Maybe. We'll do both of them. Oh shoot! What number is Bomar?
Speaking of Lath Hicks down pit road, he'll lead a few, not many though.
Yeah, this is an interesting point for a yellow. Some people, this might be their final stop right now. So
yeah, it's definitely a. Oh yeah, 20 came up.
Yeah, Bomar just came up into him. I thought it might have been because he bounced off the apron, but it happened way earlier in the corner.
Yeah.
It's just strange to see. Let's check out.
And like you said, Blake, this is a really rough point to have a caution if you're one of the front guys who doesn't have enough fuel to make it to the end, because it's too early after the other stop to justify pitting because you don't want to trap yourself down essentially on the same strategy. But this also helps the guys behind you just draw a little bit closer, so it's unfortunate break for the guys out front.
Yeah, I don't know, but it just looks like Bomar came up into him. I don't know, but it happens in racing. Ryan came. At least he didn't hit anything. He's able to continue, so we should be all good on that front.
I did like the look of Bomar there with his strategy call, but getting caught up in that incident definitely is not helping his charge to the front.
Yeah,
so
the right front on these trucks is one of the more sensitive areas as we're shooting. So you gotta just be careful with that. You can't be knocking people out like that.
So in all of that, Harrison Mitchell really struggled on that start. He's now about 5 or 6 trucks back from being the lead guy on that strategy. I believe it's Chris Lilly who's the leading truck of the guys who pit back on lap 36. So he's kind of in the best seat in the house now all of a sudden. Guy who we haven't really talked about much today.
you can definitely feel the anticipation in those drivers in the 20s and back. There's a lot of guys back there at speed. I can see Visconti's one of them.
Yeah, it looks like he came back down again. That caution, Visco did.
Yeah,
so
you got to think you're almost running out of time at this point to get back up there to the front. So look for some aggressive moves in the latter portion of the field here.
All right, the pace car is off. Barney's got that flag, that green flag high in the air, waiting to drop it. Down he takes off, and the green flag is out. Yeah, big gap right there on the inside lane.
I wonder if the race control reviewed that restart, and that wasn't the cleanest looking restart I've ever seen.
But the middle half of the field is way more not bunched up, just as it was last restart. So
Yeah, AJ Hyder through the middle there.
Easier time navigating the guys. Chase Gibbons trying sneak peeking at 3 wide down there on the bottom. He's not going to do it though.
Huge run off the top side of Traber Burns.
Oh, we got a call.
Caution's back out.
Don't know who's wrecked. Tillis?
Oh!
Oh, man.
Looks like the
almost turned.
92 of Eric Howell and the 8 of Paul Granada.
That's a big wreck.
Not ideal. It must have been in the back with all those cars that just came down pit road. So we'll see if we can figure out what just happened.
Yeah, I think Granada just got tight on the bottom and might have came up off the nose of somebody and put himself in the wall.
Oh, I see it down there.
To see for the 8 truck right there, because he had speed, you know. Not too long ago, he was just leading the race, so.
Yeah, that's unfortunately going to put an end to his day.
We were just singing our praises about Paul, and now
the leaders are coming down pit road. Very late call for the 22, Chris Downey, but Austin Dorn machine comes behind him as well as a couple others. Traber Burns now going to be put out front.
Let's see if we can. Oh, we're going the wrong way. See if we can get an eye on what happened. I'm having a hard time finding drivers because I'm bad at doing this. It's absolutely blowing up my
I
IRC.
think the 8 and the 92 got into it there together.
TV1. Yeah.
So you got a handful of different strategies now. You got a group that's been out since lap 29, a group since lap 36, a group since lap 41, and now a group that pit on lap 45.
Man, I'm a huge strategy guy. This is turning into potentially a fuel mileage race. Oh, Matthew Logan. Oh
yeah,
no.
I don't have the wreck because those back half of the cars are blinked out for me, but it looks like Matthew Logan got turned. Let's see. Let's check it out again because I didn't have the graphic up. But that's Oscar Enriquez and the 36 Tillis. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you that wasn't the only incident because even further back.
Well, it looks like Paul was right behind them, I think.
Yeah, it was a separate incident. Paul wrecked before that. Paul was actually in the wall before that. Yeah, he was on the bottom, and it looks like he just pushed tight up on over the nose of the 92, who was right there on his quarter panel. He just turned himself hard in the outside wall.
Well, apologies for not being able to see that wreck, but my computer's exploding right now for some reason.
Doubled up
ready
for the restart.
I think some of the leaders pit, Downey pit.
Yeah, I see a lot of
a
the
4-car group pit. Marshall, Dutcher, Tillis, Kame, Zola, and Logan all pit that time by, as well as Austin Doran.
Well, it's right at the 2/3 mark, so I'm not
the cloud
surprised.
cover's out again. The track is really dark right now, so it's probably gonna start cooling off. Yeah, track temp's going down 3 degrees since the start of the race. Pace car's off. Staring that green flag down, coming to the restart zone. And the fire
outside got all sorts of checked up in there, and now the inside's checked up way back in the middle.
I'm sure there's not going to be too kind of words in the driver's chat as we are 3 wide for second, all clear up front for first, 3 wide for third now, people pushing them into each other. Dimitri Mundro's into second. This is the first time he's been up front nearly all day.
Gavin Austin in that third truck in first. Oh, they're wrecking
big.
Wrecking
wow.
big. Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
still
new.
Well,
I think the Lathe Hicks machine's involved.
I saw a blue truck dart into the infield there. I don't know who that would have been.
Yikes.
It was a 23 truck.
Let's check out the view from the Quentin Haley machine. Let's see what happened here. Looks like it all started around him. Oh, Harrison Mitchell. Looks like he might have hit the apron. I don't know. Looks like Harrison Mitchell might have hit the apron. And we have Quentin Haley, fresh out of the truck after that incident. Tell us what happened, Quentin.
Harrison Mitchell ran out of talent. Kind of the same thing you see every XASCAR race. Nothing really surprising. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I really got to say. I mean, had a great run here. I'd like to thank the boys back in the, I don't even know, what's my sponsor? The Braun Auto Group. Guys back at the shop did a great job, great truck. You know, didn't have a great qualifying speed, but we had a pretty good race pace, trim, and yeah, just got taken out there. So
yeah, it looks like Harrison Mitchell hit the apron.
Yeah, I mean, left him over a car and a half up the racetrack. What are you gonna do
seeing it for the first time?
When you race with the squirrels? You sometimes get hit like a nut or something like that. I don't know. I'm tired. I've been up since 5.
Well, from the
how's the broadcast going, fellas?
It's fine.
Been a good race. The last 20, 30 laps have been a bit of a mess.
Fantastic.
But
Ryan Brown is not talking.
Oh gosh, I think the 23 got some of that too. A little bit too much of that. Let's see.
Luckily for the 58's case, it looks like he doesn't get too bad damage right in front.
Lath got clipped there at the end. That sucks for him.
You know, that was a completely separate incident back there because both of them were pushing up way wide.
Well, they were probably just reacting to a car getting turned in front of them. That's just how it rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Burns is.
Hey, I'm sorry. Somehow I got muted there. What's up, guys?
So you're doing the choose right here.
Oh yeah. So Top's been the dominant lane all night. Really, just bottom loves to stack up.
Well, the restarts, I feel like the bottom seems to be more of a preference, just because. Are you able to hold it wide open in turn 1 on a restart?
When you're on the top, you got to blip it a little bit. On the bottom, I would say it's about a 75% lift. The nice thing about the bottom is, you know, you got a lot more track to use up in the sense that the top just hasn't came in all night, so you can really just lean on other guys if you're on the bottom.
Well, we got 17 to go here. Coming to another restart. We had a good first stint there where it went green. We've had these little rash of cautions. Hopefully we can go green here again. I think 2 of our picks to win were involved in that. So Barone, Tyson, what do you think? What do you see it now that you like?
Yeah, I'm liking Tyson's pick of the 44 of AJ Hyder right now. He's really come alive the last couple restarts or so, and now he's right there up in PA, about the highest he's been running all day.
Other than that initial run, yeah, I agree.
Green flag back out. We're underway.
Really good start for the inside there. Outside struggled to get going for the first couple of guys.
That is a green start for Burns right there. He's able to sweep the turn 1, go up high, and then swing it down low, which is honestly, if you couldn't have painted a better picture for him for that restart. Visco's slicing and dicing with a Crystal Designs truck.
Throwing a block back there.
Yeah, so that kind of pictures what I was talking about. If you start on the inside there and you can get clear of the car on your outside, it's so much better on the restarts. But, you know, if you're on the inside and you just get pinned to the bottom there, it's just going to kill your whole run down the backstretch. So if you pick the bottom, you need to make it work.
It's Gavin Austin on the outside of Connor Trafari. He got
again back here.
Trafari got a little checked up on the inside, and Austin had a big run on the outside. Now he's taking a look at second place Dimitri Mundros. And Gavin Austin's the guy with the, when you look at the front 5, 6, 7, or I guess so, Gavin Austin's got the best tire situation of the bunch. And the caution's back out.
32 involved once more.
Maynard's in it. Well,
Yeah, he's got pretty big right front damage there.
he was missing a whole fender. Yeah, we'll check out what happened here. Let's see. Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Alright, hold on. So we're gonna go check, see if we can see what happened. Looks like Jonathan Maynard either got tied on the 96 or got turned, but it looks like he probably... Yeah, they're 3 wide, and I think it might have been 4 wide a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just reacting to that. Came up with a 96, got himself turned.
I think Maynard had a run on Brad there, and Brad didn't realize that. Just a racing incident there.
See what we can see from on board the 96.
Stinks for both of those guys because they were both having really clean runs to start today. And it looks like it was pinpointed by Oscar Enriquez being at the top side and kind of coming down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's just a case of trying to leave too much room for somebody when you've got somebody up top, and then Maynard probably wasn't even told that he was middle of 4.
Yeah, I think he was reacting to Brad. Brad was checking up a lot. I think it was Brad. He was checking up a lot in front of him, and that was just made him not necessarily go up, but not come down. And that's really all that is.
And almost just funneled there off exit, you know. It just kind of came together.
I don't think your leader's going to be pitting here. I think what you got's what you got. You've made your bed. There's going to be just over 10 to go when we go green, most likely. Because I don't think new tires will make a difference fast enough with the amount of laps we have left to come up through the field.
No.
But if we if we can get a long run here, some of those guys in the middle of the field who are on fresh tires are sitting pretty. If we go green.
See if that outside line gets a better jump this time. It looked like Gavin Austin spun his tires last restart, you know. I feel like he's definitely the strongest truck of that top 5 there. So
I think we're kind of at a point in the race where I don't know how much you can really be concerned about the long run anymore. I mean, by the time we go back green, it's only going to be about 10, 11 laps to go. It took about 11, 12 laps for the tire wear to really start to kick in. So I think we might just start to see guys kind of push from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a set laying, but it's not even like that many people are hitting anyways. It's not even worth it. Yeah, so I would say maybe if you've got a set laying, but even then, regardless of how many laps you've got on your tires, I think now is the time to go. If you're somebody like Visco, who I think is currently sitting in 10th, maybe Maggio, Chase Gibbons sitting there in 6th, he's been biding his time. He's been patient all day. He's been having a solid day. Bomar, Hyder, those guys are going to be going. This choose cone is going to be really important. And depending on where...
Sorry, Tyson.
No, you're good.
I just think the way it played out with the way it's, from what we've seen, is those guys who are on fresh tires haven't been able to come up through the field immediately. But just with how many laps are left, your bet is made. So if you're staying out, you're hoping, like, if you're the guys who are up front right now, you're hoping for a bunch of cautions. But if you're someone like Christian Visconti, Josh Patterson, AJ Hyder, you're hoping it goes green. So if it goes green, those are the guys to watch. But if it's keep having yellows, it's going to be one of these guys who are in the top 6 or top 3 rows, I think.
Well, it looks like a choose cone violation back there, that white and black truck. Don't know who that would be. 21 there?
Yeah.
Looks like...
Don't know if race control's going to do anything about that, but we'll see. I think Trafari is going to be one to watch if we keep having yellows. He's really good at these restarts and making moves. If it goes green, I think it's going to be Hyder or Bomar battling for that win. Josh Patterson's also up there. I think he's on fresh tires, so he might be able to sneak up there and get this win.
Yeah, I think Josh right there is on the fresh tires of all those guys. I mean, he did it pretty late.
Josh always finds a way to make his way to the front in these types of races. It just, he's got to keep his head straight, honestly. Like, there's Josh is a very good racer, but there's times where his head gets a little bit away from him. But with 10 laps to go, I think he's going to be one to watch here as well.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Oh, Chase Gibbons.
Another
immediately-
great start by Burns there is they're going to go 3-4 wide into turn number 1. Visco really washing up in the middle of the corner there. I think that might have eliminated his chances at a potential win here. Josh Patterson, look at him go. He's on the bottom lane, really able to wrap 1 and 2, and he's going to send it into 3 and 4, battling for that 5th place position, 4th place position.
He's
We're gonna
clear.
watch the back half of this field right here because this is where all the wrecks have been. Looks like they made it that time.
It is go time for these guys. You know, it is now or never. As we already have a pass for the lead. Moondros
3 wide
to the
for the
lead,
lead.
3 wide.
Is that? Yeah, Connor Chafari.
Jafari,
That's
Gavin
right
Austin,
there.
Moondros.
He lost so much ground right there. Oh, they're trying to
Oh,
wreck in
right.
the back. People on the wall.
Gavin Austin to the point. He's in a really good position. He's got fresh enough tires and he's got clean air now. He's starting to scoot away.
Josh Patterson really cleared himself there. Luckily, on the 86, he's going to be in 2nd place, battling with Dimitri Moondros as Gavin Austin's going to make his way forwards. The 32 had a disaster 3 and 4 last time by, and he's fallen back to 6th place. I don't think he can make his way back up front. He was really
Oh,
in
the
first.
10
that's
gets turned. Chris Lilly
Chris
hard on the
Lilly
wall on the
rolls.
10.
Oh, then Brad's in it. Oh, no.
Ryan
Oh,
Kane.
what a
That is-
shame.
Oscar
That is
Enriquez.
unfortunate. Matthew
What a
Logan finds
shame.
himself in another incident as well. That's unfortunate for the 51 truck.
Yeah.
Well, you saw it right there.
Heartbreaking
The
for a lot
10
of
got
those drivers.
turned. So let's go back check out. See what happened.
That stinks for that 28. He was having such a good run, such a clean race.
Let's see.
You know, just wanted to make it to the finish without getting a wreck.
I think our static backstretch cam is going to show us a lot here, hopefully. Yep, I think the 10 just came down on Austin Doran. Got turned. Oof. Some of those guys took some hard hits right there.
You just hate it for some of those guys because, I mean, you can make an argument every single one of those guys back there were just having such good runs, ones that you normally don't see as well, and you just, I think it's just another racing deal, another racing incident that people get wrecked up in, finding a gap that wasn't there, or one person taking their line normally and another person taking a line how they normally do it, and
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna go on board with Chris Lilly, see what he saw, because he got absolutely wiped out. I think someone came up from the top and clipped him.
Chase
Yeah.
Gibbons avoids that narrowly. That's good for Chase. He might be able to make his way to a top 5, top 10 with how things play out. I think we might get close to either a green white checkered, probably 4 to go when we restart, which is going to make it hectic. And if I had to rewrite my pick, it's probably going to be Josh Patterson.
I just saw something incredible that I think we need to see here. We're gonna go on board.
Did Chris get run over?
We're gonna go on board Chris Downey, the gyro cam. See what he shows us. I think he barely made it through this wreck. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's just incredible for Chris Downey.
Wow.
He's up there. He's in 12th. Made up at least 8 spots in that. So
He's on relatively fresher tires than the top 10 or so.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but I still don't think you're not gonna have enough laps to get up there.
No, he's not.
I
but
think it's
he
gonna
can,
come down.
He can maybe claw his way to a
Gavin
top
Austin
5.
pit? Did I miss that
He might have.
from the lead?
Yeah, looks like he did.
Wow, that
He must
changes
have
a
been
lot
short
of
on
it.
fuel.
He must have been. He must have been short on gas. That makes
There's
you.
no way he was. He had pit on lap 36 last time.
I don't know,
I
but
don't
he
know,
pit.
then.
So it makes you wonder if he was short on fuel or some of these guys.
I wonder if he got a penalty or something, because there's no way he was short on fuel. He had pit on lap 36. It's a 30-lap run. With all the caution laps we've run, he had to have had enough.
I wonder if he had a choose cone violation.
Something.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that, because there's no way in my mind he's short on fuel.
Well, this completely blows it open. I think Josh Patterson's the favorite to win right here. If he can get
Yeah.
past Dimitri and Bomar, I mean, that's easy. But
You gotta think Bomar's on like the same strategy as Josh there, and he's been holding his own. You know, we might have a 2-truck race here. So I've seen,
think it could work.
Bomar being hard to pass.
if you're Bomar, I think it. I don't know. I would dare say pick the inside behind Dimitri and try and push him up out of the groove.
I don't think you can give Patterson the front row.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't think you can do
if
that.
anyone other than Josh Patterson was third, I think I'd restart behind Dimitri. But I'm also not driving the track, so.
It's hard to say because you get such a run off of 2 there, and entering the 3 and 4 is so crucial. You know, if you're pushing someone up from the bottom, you're not going to get a run off.
Yeah, it looks like we're choosing.
You want, I mean, at this point, you just want to inconvenience Josh as much as possible because I think everybody in this league knows how well Josh races, and Dimitri, Bomar, Patterson with this strategy, and you still have Burns in 4th, you have Gibbons in 6th. This is a dream scenario for a lot of these people up front because Bomar, Moondros, Patterson, all very good, very aggressive drivers.
Aggressive is the key term there. All 3 of those drivers have absolutely been in scenarios where they've been up front and either gotten wrecked or wrecked someone or taken themselves out. So I don't even think it's safe to say Chase Gibbons is out of this race. Like
If you want to talk about aggressive, look no further than P7. Christian Visconti's sitting right there.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to put it right on your door.
I know he expected probably to get up through the field faster, so he's definitely back there licking his lips, wanting to get up here. As we're gonna restart with 4 laps to go.
Especially with that poor of a restart that he had beforehand, and the 27 right in front of him. The 80 might have no holds barred here. The 44, Austin Doran, we know he can plow through some people. This is a great little ending to the race that we might have here. With 4 to go, there definitely might not be 4 to go.
Pace car's off. We're coming to the zone.
It's a
Fire's off. Dimitri
really good jump there. Patterson's going to take second here. He's got a good run. Patterson's going to be clear before they even get to the corner. 10 lap fresher tires and Dimitri. Patterson is going to fly right by him here.
Oh, here he goes to the bottom, to the top. It's in the bumper. He can block him all the way down to the bottom. That's the smart move there, but Patterson's going to try to cross over. Here comes Trafari to the bottom. 2 by 2 through the field. Patterson's going to try to get the run off the corner. Coming to 3 laps to go. There's Visconti. He is sitting there passing Chase Gibbons. Gibbons holding his own. Gibbons knows that there might be a wreck up here, but we're 2 by 2 all the way through 10th.
So clear him here.
Doran getting the little bumper to the 9 there. Here comes Visconti there. They're going to 6th place. Patterson and Moondros 1-2.
Dimitri knew there was nothing he could do there. He just let him have it.
Yeah.
2 laps to go this time by. I'm not sure anyone's going to have anything for the O2 machine. This go to the inside of the 25 machine.
We've singled out now, and I feel like the people that are on par with Patterson are just too far back to even make a difference. Visco to the bottom. He's still working on that 27 truck.
Yeah, unfortunately, Visco had to check up, and he's going to lose 2 spots because of it.
Yeah, Bomar, I think, is on the same strategy there, but...
There's not going to be enough time. They're coming to the white flag.
The 20's going to have to get around the 15, who, I mean, if you want to talk
through the field there.
15's got a little bit of a run. I'm not sure if he's got enough in that truck to go do anything about it, though.
He is pretty close. You never know.
20's got a really good run here.
I mean, if you want to talk about hardest,
he's there.
15's
still there. He's going to go to the inside. No, maybe the outside. Oh, a block there. To the inside.
2 by 2 through 3 and 4. We're going to have a photo finish here.
Hit him.
20 in the wall hard.
Side drafted him. Side drafted him.
No one's going to have anything for the O2, though.
To the line. Who's it going to be?
Patterson.
Oh, Patterson gets it by inches.
That must have been close. Dimitri went so
James
low.
Beaumont's had a fatal accident after the
Oh my gosh. Dimitri went so far down we couldn't even see Josh, but I mean,
margin of victory 8/1000th of a second.
Yeah, it was close.
I feel like if Dimitri stayed high and kept trying to, rub some speed off of Josh there, he could have got it. But he kept it clean, and it's a very respectful race between those two drivers.
Wow, that is incredible. 8/1000ths at the line is nuts. And people were saying in the general chat, oh, Kentucky's not going to be a good race. That was probably one of the best races I've seen all season in all of XASCAR, I would say, not just trucks. That's got to be top 5, top 3. That was a crazy race. That was a great race. So many different strategies, so many different races, and to cap it all off with that good of a finish is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he went so far down we can't even see him there, but
Hello?
good win for Josh Patterson. We have Christian Visconti here in the booth.
Yeah, it's me.
Give us your race report here, Christian Visconti.
Well, that sucked, but it's XASCAR, so we kind of knew that going in. Yeah, to all my haters, I didn't wreck anyone that race. So I got a hard hat sticker. I'm a safe driver.
Well, let's see.
I was on the same strategy as Josh for what it's worth. I just suck.
It happens. It just looked like
Yeah,
it was
that's all I got.
harder to pass than anticipated.
Oh, you needed the damn rapture to happen to pass someone. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, you needed the seas parted.
Yeah, you needed Moses on the horn. Yeah, I don't know. Top 10, that's all I got. I'm going to go race something else.
All right, and we're going to have those interviews for your top 3 here coming up momentarily. I'm going to have to move to a different server to do that, so give me 1 second. If you want to come with me, Tyson and Barone, just come to the waiting room. All right. So we are here with our. How do we do this? We start with the winner, or do we start with third?
Let's start with,
I think you gotta start with the winner.
I think we got to start with the winner here. I mean, bring him in.
Josh Patterson, you are in the GGR TV booth, and you are our winner here at Kentucky. Tell us how you did it.
We finally got one. Oh my goodness, I've had a heck of a slump to start off this season. I think this is like my first top 5 for both series. It comes off with a win. Oh my gosh, man, I don't know. I pit really early there, and then before that first caution, and that was, I think I might have pit one more time. And I mean, when I first pit, I didn't even have enough fuel to make it, and I got helped out with the yellows. Saved a bunch, ended up being like 5 or 6 laps to the good. And then just kind of found my way up through the field, and coming to those last couple restarts, I found myself 9th and 7th and 3rd. Then managed to grab the lead off with Dimitri on that last restart, and then we had a heck of a battle. I appreciate him racing me clean there. I know a lot of guys would have just come up and dumped me for the win, and he gave me a nice little door tap. But no, really good racing from him, and good racecraft from everyone in here. So yeah, man, I'm just this one a long time coming.
Yeah, we noticed it was we thought that it was gonna, after that first run, it was gonna go green again, but all those yellows just made it to where this field got split on strategy, and it was harder than anticipated to pass. So
yeah, the first part of the race, we kind of had an idea of who was fast, but it was hard once the field got split up strategy-wise to tell who was fast. When did you kind of get the feeling you had a race-winning truck?
Probably lap 66, 67. I mean, I think I got the fastest lap of the race, but I had run nothing compared to that lap until, like, let me see, my fastest lap was lap 65. So that was, it took me forever to learn the track. I don't know why. I kept getting on the brakes too much in 1, like waiting too long on the throttle, and then overshooting 3 and 4. And I finally got it figured out in clean air. And then even though I got in front of those guys, I started driving, conservative, because I'm like, all right, I can't choke this now. And then it allowed them to catch back up. And then I was like, oh, shoot, here we go. So, that's how it goes. That is how it goes sometimes.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us. Tyson, Ryan, anything else you want to say before we grab those other guys in here?
That's all I got for you. Congratulations.
That's all I got. Great racing, great racecraft.
Thank you. Before I go, I got to give a shout out to both Paul and Lath. They were in my Discord call today.
and appreciate them helping me out. Got to thank everyone at Limeade Media Racing, or Limeade Racing, I guess it's called now. Dynamo Designs, Belfour Property Restorations, United Rentals, Bob Hubbard Sportswear, Vulture Racing Engines, Patriot Clutches, all you guys up in the GGR booth broadcasting these things. I'm going to have a fun time going and watching this one back. And everyone for coming out tonight and supporting this league, and all the league admins, Chase, Brad, for putting this one on. I really appreciate everything they do.
Well, thank you, Josh Patterson. Enjoy your victory.
Thanks so much.
Oops. All right. Dimitri Mundros is our second place finisher. So, Dimitri Mundros, you finished second. Welcome to the GGR TV booth. How'd that race go for you, and what was your thoughts on that final run? Is he here?
He's muted.
Oh, no. Dimitri, wake up! Well, I'm sure he would have said something cool.
What?
Connor Jafari, you are our third place finisher today, and you are in the GGR TV booth. Would tell us about that last run and how you managed to get up to that third place finish. Okay.
Basically, I qualified 20th.
Uh-huh.
On the first run. I make it up to like, actually no, I think I made it up to like 14th.
Did that caution during the cycle help you? The green flag stop cycle help you?
Yeah, so basically I get dumped by Chris Downey. I save it because I'm him like that. So I'm back here in like 33rd late ticks because that's where he always is, you know. I stay out to where I'm like 9th on the green flag run, and then the caution comes out when I go into pit road. So you know, I don't take tires because I want to keep my track position, you know. So so that puts you up to like 9th, and then basically I just keep driving, and then the caution comes out again like 10 laps later because we just kept on wrecking. And that's where you can pit and you can keep fuel. And then I just kind of kept sending it. I sent it 3 wide at one point. Probably shouldn't have done that because I sent me back to like 6th. But yeah. And then the final restart, I let off, and then I went back going, and Memo went up to 3rd somehow because Belmore hit the wall and he's terrible. I don't know. My fault.
Well, how did you feel? Did you feel like it was harder than you thought it would be to pass on that short run there at the end, or did you know how it was going to go and you were just trying to hold on to what you had?
I mean, I knew it was gonna be hard to pass, unless it was like a long run where running a top line at the start of the run would actually benefit you. On the short run, all you have to do is just run the bottom. Keep like a little bit of exit speed, and you'd be gaining spots left and right, just because people would be running the top line. And the top line was not good until like at least 7 laps into the run, I'd say, or so. So we all kind of knew that you had to get to the bottom to really do a whole lot. And with like Dimitri pushing the leader whenever he was in 3rd, so he would be like right on his bumper, it was kind of impossible to like pass us two half the time.
All right. Well, is there Barone, Tyson, any questions you have for Connor?
Nothing for me.
I just got to say, good run. You're able to really utilize the strategy. With the different strategies playing out, I know it kind of fell into your lap there, but did you have any worry that the strategy that you were running with would backfire, or did you just let it ride?
No, I mean after I pit for my last set of tires on, I think it was like 30. It was like the second or third caution after it kept on wrecking every like 2 laps. I knew I was gonna be frustrated. God dang. Okay, let me restart. I knew I was gonna have fresher tires, and let me find their names. Trevor and Chase, who both stayed out the entire last half of the race. And I knew track position was really key. Like Trevor held the lead for like 25 laps on 20 lap older tires because we just kept on wrecking. But that also factors into the fact that it's really hard to pass here unless you go to a long run. So that's kind of why I just pit when I had to, and yeah, I don't know.
Well, it looks like it worked out for you. You finished 3rd. Is there anything you want to say? Anyone you want to thank before you get on out of here?
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout to Jonathan Maynard for the coaching for this race. You know, I wasn't very good in practice, but he showed me some tips for qualifying. Didn't really help me too much, but I just gotta give a big shout to my man Jonathan Maynard over here. Gotta give a shout to Chris Lilly for the Chris Lilly Designs car, obviously. Uh, I guess Ethan Harrison for playing on this broadcast with Ryan Barone and Tyson Gifford.
Well, we
congrats on a good
appreciate
run.
it, and thank you. And hopefully you do good next week because it should be a similar kind of race at Old Atlanta.
Oh, not Old Atlanta, bro.
Well, that was Connor Jafari. Now we're gonna get Dimitri Munoz back here, and I think he's got his issue fixed. So let's get him in here. Dimitri Munoz, you finished second tonight in the XASCAR Smoky Mountain Truck Series race. You're in the GGR TV booth. What do you have to say about that final run and how you and Josh had that photo finish?
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I knew it was going to be tough to hold him off. I was on a little bit older tires than everybody, but yeah, going into turn three, my plan was to kind of like get in front of him and door slam him a little bit so he could like Kyle and Kurt Busch to the line, but he drove it in real hard and I almost turned him, almost hit him in the left rear and turned him, but thankfully he was able to keep it straight. I wouldn't have wanted to win like that anyway, but yeah, it was fun. Congrats to Josh.
Do you that caution that came out during the green flag pit stops early in the race, did that help you or did that hurt you having to get back up to the field?
Oh, it definitely helped me. That saved my race. The first run, well, first of all, I had issues in qualifying, which forced me to start at the very back of the field, and my speed wasn't bad on that first run, but I just couldn't really go anywhere. Couldn't make any significant ground up, but so I figured I'd stay out long and hope for a yellow, and that's exactly what happened. So it was a tale of two races.
Well, that's good to hear that worked out for you. Barone, Gifford, anything you want to ask Dimitri?
No, I was impressed that you were able to hang with him there with about 9 lap or so older tires there, and you put on a good show at the end. So, props to you for doing that. I thought that once Patterson got to the lead, he would just be gone, but you stuck with him.
Yeah, I mean, we had so many cautions, so many heat cycles. I figured they would kind of even out a little bit, but I could feel that I was definitely lacking a little bit of grip compared to them. But the draft is so big in these things that it was able to kind of keep me with him so we could have that good finish.
Well, I think that's going to be all from us. Hopefully, I think next week we're going to Old Atlanta, and you are really good there from my experience. So hopefully should see a similar run to today, where you are in the front the whole race instead of after a green flag cycle. But anyone you want to give a shout out to or thank before we get you on out of here?
Yeah, shout out to the race winner, Josh, for making my great USF scheme.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for being out here. Thank you, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
All right, thanks, guys.
Well, is there anything you guys want to say before we close out this broadcast here on GGR TV?
Thanks to all the guys for putting on a pretty good show tonight, and thanks for everyone who decided to tune in.
Yeah, I
No,
think.
I think.
You're good. Get it off.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just had a really good race. Thank you, Ryan, and thanks to Blake for hopping in the booth here. Glad to have some new, fresh faces. I think we got a really good crew up here. We had a great race. Lots of interesting strategies. We said early that there would be a lot of strategies, and I think they did more strategies than I even talked about, and I thought I talked about too many strategies. So that was a great race, great win by Josh, great racing by all of them, and all in all, I think Brad, Chase, and all the XASCAR admins can really look back on this race and think of this as a success. And I think, and not only a success, but a really good race and a track that should stay on the schedule. And I think that's something that honestly all of XASCAR needs. And I think this was a race that has really gotten everybody back on their feet. I think this was a great event, and I hope we see more races like this.
Yeah, I think you just can't. All those cautions there in the middle, I don't think you can really detract from that from what this series is, just because of the situation. You had a lot of slower trucks towards the front, and just having those cautions where they just re-rack, it's just not necessarily everyone's fault, but And when you have slower trucks up front, that's just gonna happen. They just kept getting stuck up there. It's bound to happen. Just with the skill gap in this league is immense. I mean, I'm not afraid to say that. I feel like there are some guys in the back who are pretty not there, and then there's some guys up front who could be in the Pro Series. And it's just like, when you have that gap and you have something like the situation we had today, you're bound to see some yellows. But I think even though that happened, we still had some really good racing. And next week at Old Atlanta, we should see similar type of racing. I think it's actually easier to pass there, however, so it should be better than this.
Yeah, I think that's all that we've got. To everybody watching, thank you guys. Ryan, Ethan, Blake, thank you guys for joining us in the booth. Great talking with you guys.
Good to be here.
All right. That's going to end us here tonight on GGR TV, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming out.